Hello, my friend, and welcome back. And today I want to talk about being yourself and being your authentic self, and a little bit about what that means and how, like everything else, it looks differently for everyone. And being your authentic self can almost be hard to pinpoint exactly what that is. And the reason for that is because we are influenced by so many things around us, by society, by the TV shows that we watch, the movies that we watch, the books that we read, the videos that we consume, the people that we surround ourselves with. It's influenced by our families, how we grew up, our childhood friends, our childhood experiences. And not that being influenced by those things is necessarily a bad thing, but it can definitely cause you to lose yourself. It can cause you to not exactly be able to pinpoint exactly what it is that you like and who you are and what you want to do and what is authentic to you and what exactly being your authentic self means for you in this life. And the other thing that I feel like kind of throws a wrench in there is evolving. You know, we are continuing to evolve and to grow. Therefore, not who we are at our core, but who we are as humans changes. So, which makes things a little bit hard because, you know, you may think, well, my authentic self likes to do this, this, and this, and then, that changes. Your interests change, what you want to do changes, how you spend your time changes, who you're spending your time with changes. And that can be a little jarring. It can be like a little bit of an upheaval because then you're like, well, I don't know what my authentic self is. Every time, I think I know, it changes. And that also, along with that, is, to define is to limit. And, but what I want to say is being authentic to yourself doesn't exactly mean defining and putting yourself into a box. When I talk about your authentic self, I'm not asking to tell me who you are in societal constructs. Tell me define yourself by your job, by your success, by your family life, by your friends. I'm not asking you to define yourself by those things. Your authentic self is really to coming to learn and know and appreciate yourself as a spiritual, divine being. Your authentic self is an eternal being having a human experience. It is only this body that dies. It is not the consciousness. It is not you. It is not who you are. Now, part of being human is forgetting all of that and forgetting the past lives that you've led, forgetting the experiences that you've had. But your being, your soul doesn't forget. It is this human body that forgets. It is that humanness in you that doesn't remember. But when your soul leaves this body, it carries with them and takes with them all of the experiences and a lot of the memories and a lot of the feelings and a lot of, what you did on this earth stays with your soul. That is why people who, are either naturally tapped in or choose to tap in can tap in to past human lives. They can tap into even past lives that weren't human. And we're kind of that those things have kind of always been around, but more and more people are beginning to experience this. And that is great. And it is just kind of like validation around that the soul never dies and that the soul does remember. Because sometimes I used to think like, well, if my soul has lived many lives and I can't remember those lives, and I'm having so many amazing experiences in this life that I would love to remember, and I'm not going to remember those. Well, I didn't know that that actually isn't really true, that your soul will carry through those experiences and will remember, a lot of those moments of joy and bliss and those wonderful human experiences that we are here to experience. So when I say, let's talk about your authentic self and who you truly are, I don't want you to get wrapped up in the definitions. I don't want you to get wrapped up in I'm a woman, I'm a man, I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, I am a legal assistant, I am a waitress, I don't want you to get wrapped up in those societal things. When I want to talk about your authentic self, I want to talk about your soul. I want to talk about your being. I want to talk about your truth, about your oneness and your connectedness to every other single living thing and every energetic thing in this life you are connected to. That's what I want to talk about, your authentic self, because that authentic self coming from that way and also coming from your service self. There's a theory that you are either service to self or service to others, and there is a spectrum, of course, and that the goal is to become more service to self, more service to others than you are to yourself. And through that service self, then you want to start to ask yourself those questions. Well, how do I want to be spending my time here? What is the impact I would like to have? What is the way I would like to brighten that light? What is my piece of spreading that light that is rising that tide that is raising all ships? What is my piece in all of that? Those are the questions I want you to be asking yourself in relation to your authentic self. Those are the questions that I want you to not get wrapped up in defining, like, say you want to be a massage therapist and you feel like that is the way that you can spread joy, that is your talent, that is your highest joy. When you are practicing massage on someone, there's nothing else you would rather be doing. Don't get wrapped up in, I am a massage therapist, this is what I do. Because the moment you get too wrapped up in that and then your desire changes, that separation can feel like suffrage. And that's what we want to avoid. So when you are a massage therapist, it is in this moment, I am a massage therapist, this is what I love to do. And I know that you are ever changing and evolving being. So in the back of your mind, always know that the way that you share light can change. The way that you are spreading yourself and serving this world can change. So we are very much in the present moment. The present moment is the only thing exists. So when you kind of slap that label on yourself, like massage therapist, understand that it can change, and the way that you desire to serve can change at any moment. But in this moment, this is what you like to do. And in this moment, this feels like you expressing your authentic self. So that's what I mean by your authentic self and who you are. And, because it's easy to also get wrapped up in your authentic self about wanting to tell everybody, I gotta let them know. This is me authentically, and this is who I am, and this is what I think, and this is what I think about this, and this is what I think about you, and, my authentic self needs to express that to you all the time. My friend, I encourage you to find the balance of that. I encourage you to find the balance of feeling like you're expressing yourself and speaking your truth with also maintaining that kindness, maintaining that understanding that not everyone is awakened right now, that not everyone is able to come out of their heart, and a lot of people are still trapped in their thinking mind. This is the warfare that we're in. We are in the warfare of untrapping, of breaking the chains of that thinking mind, to allow our heart to expand and for us to live mind, body, and soul from our heart every single day, every single moment. That is what we're working towards, but not everyone is there. So maintaining that kindness and that compassion and that behind the scenes understanding is so imperative as you move through this life. And also, don't get wrapped up in your ego of needing to tell people who you are, because what is the point of that? As long as you know who you are and what your highest joy is and what you are here to do, that is really the only thing that matters. You are the only thing that matters in that aspect. You don't need to be, telling everyone that this is who you are and this is what you're here to do and this is what you're going to do. If you feel compelled to share, yes, share. Don't hide. Don't dim yourself. Never dim yourself. But you can always come at it from a place of kindness, and not from a place of ego, not from a place of having to let them know. And there is a difference. It is a subtle difference. However, kindness always will win over ego. And your ego is the one that says that you have to tell everyone, your truth. Speak your truth. Tell everyone what you are thinking. And that doesn't always pan out the way that you think it's going to be. And you're like, well, I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I'm like, yeah, that's great. You might not care, but maybe you might. And you don't want to be telling everyone, inflicting those lessons on everyone, by thinking that you're sharing and you're telling everyone your truth, and you're teaching them while you're telling them. It's like, that's not, people aren't always receptive, and just because you want to tell them doesn't always mean they're there to receive it. If you can truly let go of that attachment of their reaction and what they're going to think, and let go of the attachment of wanting to teach them a lesson, then yeah, share. And I'm not telling you, again, I'm not telling you to dim your light, and I'm not telling you to not speak your truth, and I'm not telling you to let someone treat you badly. But remember, when someone is treating you badly or not the way that you think, and you think that letting them know and telling them is the best way that you can go about it, think twice. Think about what you can and can't control. Yes, you can control if you tell them. No, you can't control the way they act, react, or if they heed that lesson. You cannot control that. So through saying that, and through you not being able to control that, go back and think about what you can control. Like, okay, can I limit my time with this person? Can I remove myself from this situation? Can I behave differently in this situation that can make me feel like I am being truer to myself in this situation? That is what you have to think about. And then you have to act from that place, what you truly can control. Because it is okay to limit your time with people. It is okay to not spend any time with someone who is not aligned with your life. Those things are okay. Showing kindness to yourself is okay. Berating someone because they're not living the way that you think they should be living, and you live this way and this is your truth and this is your authentic self, is not okay. Kindness always over everything. Compassion over everything. Understanding over everything. You have to understand, you have to know what needs you can get met from certain people. And I'll talk about this in a different video, but that is so important. Knowing what needs you can get met. And it's not exactly that you're having your hand out with these needs, but that need could be, is expressing myself and my deepest self and my opinion in this moment. Is this person willing to and understanding of meeting that need of what? Because when you're expressing yourself like that, you are expressing a need. Don't fool yourself. You're expressing a need to express yourself. You're expressing the need to possibly change that person. You are expressing a need of validation, of acceptance. You are expressing a need of wanting to be heard. Otherwise, you wouldn't be expressing yourself by telling someone something. So, and understand that not everyone can meet those needs. And until you have an expressed agreement of this, I have a need to be heard by you, and I have a need for you to act differently. So that person has to agree to that. And if they don't have that agreement, if you don't have that expressed agreement, then you can pretty much guarantee yourself that they are not going to have the reaction that you want, that that is a need that they are not going to be able to meet for you. So keep that in mind as you're expressing this authentic self. It is most important for you to feel expression in your authentic self yourself. Just by you. It is your authentic self. It's not everybody's authentic self. So as long as you're living your truth and you are doing what brings you joy and you are living out your highest joy, or you are seeking out what is your highest joy, it's okay to keep it quiet. You don't have to tell everyone. Not everyone has to know. Because reflect and ask yourself, is this my ego speaking or is this my heart speaking? And that is what I want to talk about. That was our message for today about being our authentic selves. Let us move through this day authentically and with ease and grace. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anne, and I hope to see you tomorrow.